Welcome back to this week's installment of the Shrine Showcase. This is the series where we go over the survivor perks featured in this week's Shrine of Secrets so that you don't have to. This week's featured perks are Background Player and Empathic Connection. Background Player is the first of Renato's 3 teachable perks. When the killer picks up another survivor, Background Player activates for 10 seconds. When you start running, break into a sprint at 200% your normal running movement speed for 5 seconds. While Empathic Connection is the second of Yoichi's 3 teachable perks. Whenever another survivor is injured, they can see your aura within a range of 96 meters. You also heal other survivors 10% faster. Background Player is all about helping your teammates after they've been downed by the killer, while Empathic Connection is all about healing your teammates in safe areas. The only downside of Background Player is it does come at the cost of being an exhaustion perk, so there are plenty of better perks that keep you alive for longer. However, if you've ever thought, maybe I should help that guy so he doesn't die, then this is instantly the best perk in the game for that situation. Background Player is fantastic if you're saving your teammates, through either flashlight or flashbang saves, as well as sabotaging hooks. 200% doesn't sound as fast as it feels, and for a full 5 seconds, it's actually nuts how much distance you can cover in a trial. If you ever want to save your teammates after a chase, this perk is essential. However, you should be prepared to dedicate half your build to this, as it feels though this perk was made with empathy synergy in mind, giving you the time you need to get into position before the pickup happens and Background Player activates. If I'm going for flashlight saves specifically, I like to run these perks with Residual Manifest to hide my flashlight in the lobby to avoid being light-borned. If I want to sabotage hooks, however, I'll throw on Breakout and Saboteur like I did this week. Specifically Saboteur for hook highlights with an Alex's Toolbox and double Sabo speed add-ons for a sabotage so quick you can do it after taking a hit at the hook. When combined with teammates running similar builds, you can sometimes actually see the killer lose it. Like, genuinely, you can see them baby rage. It's hilarious. I could go on all day about how much I love this perk, but you should absolutely try it for yourself. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Empathic Connection. On its own, it's kind of underwhelming, but it has fantastic synergy with all healing perks and turns you into a beacon for injured survivors. So it's fantastic in that 4th perk slot with 3 altruistic focused perks in front of it. Starting the build off, I knew I wanted to use Deadline and Autodidact together. They just seem like a match made in heaven, and it turns out that they very much are that. I experimented with all 3 of Sable's perks, her being the most recent survivor added to the game. I was curious to see what those perks could add, and though they all did different things, none of them really stuck for me. I liked the basement perk that gave you the broken status effect, but I found that the broken status effect was helpful for activating Deadline, but unnecessary if I could just 99% heal myself and finish with a medkit before taking a hit. It was at that point I realized I could essentially swap the functions of my item and perk by swapping Empathy out for the bloody map and adding Self-Care in its place to replace the medkit. Ever since I did that, this build, it's like something just clicked. This build has been so much fun, and I'm going to keep running it going forward without a doubt. You need to commit to getting your stacks as early as possible. It also helps to tell your teammates pre-game, if you can, that you have Autodidact. Those were the games I found I was able to get the most value out of this build. Solely for this build alone, I would recommend buying Empathic Connection. It's that much fun. You could theoretically get a similar effect by swapping out a charge add-on for a glass bead on your bloody map, but having injured survivors see your outline is vastly superior than what a glass bead could offer. This perk on its own also still has the effect of bringing survivors to you, so it could be run to some success with Prove Thyself, Leader, or any perk that buffs nearby teammates. I wasn't able to test that. I wanted to get this video out. So in conclusion, you should absolutely buy both of these perks if you have the shards to spare. Background Player should be your first priority of the 2. Its effects are more consistently impactful throughout a trial. Really no reason you shouldn't be picking this up. These are one of those perks where every once in a while they come through the shrine and you just pick them up. You really shouldn't even think about it. Background Player is that strong. Empathic Connection removes the fear of being alone by bringing your teammates to you, which can be fantastic for newer survivors out there in the fog. For more experienced players, I will swear by this build I showed off. Some of the most rewarding games I've had in a long time, and empathic connection feels essential in the makeup of that. But anyways, that's all for me. Thank you all for clicking into this video. Until the next one, I hope everybody has a good night, a great evening, and an even better day tomorrow. Peace.